protecting the ball and is conducting the offense well. So we'll see how he does.
You said at the beginning of the fall practice that you had to get your running game up to speed. I've noticed McPherson's listed as the starter. Is he the one that has come to the fore now? That's the guy.
I would say there's a good chance you'll see multiple tailbacks in the game. But McPherson, he brings some toughness and some downhill running that we need. We need tough guys on offense, and I think Chester provides that. In terms of just his attitude, some of the offensive linemen, Steve Maneri, and Lamar would be a guy that everybody would say that provides that for us. So Lamar's done a great job with that. I think Key's mental toughness is better than it was last year. And again, he only played running back for us for 5 games, but his overall knowledge and his reads are better, and his conditioning is better. So we're excited about Kier. And then there's a number of guys. Joey Jones has a little package, and Bernard Pierce we're going to try to get into the game, and Akeem Smith. So there's a number of guys there that will not only play running back but play special teams for us. So I feel better about the running game simply because the whole offensive line is back, except for one guy basically. So we have 4 starters back, and really when you look at it, there's more than that because we have a lot of guys that have started games for us that are back, and we have experience there, and our size is good finally.
We talked to Sean Boyle about taking over for Alex Darrenball. He just seems to kind of have sort of like an unflappable personality where it doesn't seem to be like, not that it's not a big deal, but he doesn't seem too stressed out about it. Is that the type of kid that he is?
Yeah, that's a good word. I mean, that's why he's a long snapper, because he has that kind of poise. He's a very bright kid. He makes excellent calls. There has been no drop-off in terms of that. Right now, it's just the experience factor, but there's no drop-off in terms of calls. He doesn't make a lot of mental errors. And he's talented. He's 312 pounds and can move, and we think he goes against a pretty good nose guard every day, in Neblett. So that's kind of learning through baptism, right there. So we're happy with Sean's progress right now, and Palumbo's done a good job when he's been in there, and so has Schoenbrenner. So we feel like we have 3 that can go in the game.
Jake and Brandon still going to go back down the
They are. Jake has kicked well. I told him this morning, I'm very pleased with the way he's kicked. He's kicked well. And Brandon's kicked well. Brandon's going to kick off for us right now, and Jeff is going to punt. So I'm excited about the direction that the kicking game is finally going, and it's amazing what competition will do, and not perceived or created competition, but actual competition.
You've used multiple formations offensively last year. You did some with no huddle. How would you describe your offensive philosophy going into this season?
I wouldn't say it's any different. That's the one thing that I think people will see in this game. There's not much difference. I mean, they line up in their 3-3 on defense, and they use multiplicity on offense, and I don't think we're going to do anything different. I mean, that's kind of who we are right now. It took us 3 years to get to the point where we've trained guys, and we didn't want to start messing with that now that we have some experience. And I feel the same way about our defense. There's not going to be many things that are going to change on our defense, nor on special teams. We want to settle in and get good. Just keep repping things and get good. And so that's our philosophy right now on offense.
The cornerback position at the outset of camp, you had Furla and Jared Williams for the starters, and I'm guessing that Liverpool and Kwame Johnson played well enough to make things interesting. How do things look?
Well, I mean, right now, Furla, Williams, Liverpool, Kwame, Maurice Jones is another guy that's in the mix there. Perhaps maybe not on the depth chart, but he's another guy. So we have 5 corners that will get in the game for us, and obviously, Furla has the most experience, but Liverpool's, he's one of those guys who has moxie. He's just a winner. He does a lot of things for us on special teams, and so I'm pleased with Marquise's his development. I'm pleased with his work ethic and his attitude, and most of all his conditioning. And I think he's one of those guys. He was proud. He thought he was in condition a year ago. He really wasn't, and now he's in condition. I feel the same way about Jared Williams. We redshirted him last year. Again, these guys they're all juniors or better. Jared Williams is a redshirt sophomore, but he's a junior. So all those guys have some maturity, other than the Jones kid.
Okay. Just looking at the depth chart, you have
true freshman that'll probably play a lot. Any, like, on special teams, do you have any?
Yeah, I think I don't have my complete roster here, but Gilday will play. I think Marcus Green will play at linebacker. There's a chance you could see Levi Brown and Custis on the D-line. You're talking in addition to the guys that are here listed.
On the,
Yeah.
offensive D, like,
Yeah.
just covering
Bernard
punts,
Pierce.
kickoffs.
Bernard Pierce is another guy you could see. I think that's about it right now. I think that's about it. So again, those guys made significant progress. Either the guys that are on the depth chart here as freshmen, or the guys that that I just alluded to, because we do have experience, and we do have guys that are coming back at a lot of positions.
With Lamar and Marquise, as many times as they've changed positions, do you kind of look at a kid to see how he's going to be tested when he's asked to change positions that many times? They seem to kind of go one way or the other, because it seems like both guys kind of just pressed through that, come through and said, yeah, I'll do whatever you need.
Yeah. Obviously, the first thing is the team. Are they team guys or are they selfish guys? I think that's any coach would ask that question. And generally, what they do speaks so loudly that you can't hear what they say. You know, it's the way they attack it. And Marquise has been great. And again, I think if the people that want to talk about moving positions don't really understand what it's like to operate at the number that we had to operate. We had to change positions sometimes, like Crowbaugh last year during the week. You know, we had to take him from defense and make him a wideout during the week, you know, when we lost a couple guys, and then we moved him back to safety and ended up intercepting a ball later in the year. That's what was hard. We didn't have the numbers. We didn't have the experience. And now we have some symmetry. You know, we have seniors, and then backed up by some juniors and sophomores, and then occasionally a freshman will stick in there. But there's some symmetry now, so there's not as much hastily done moves just to solve problems. But certainly those two guys, in Lamar's case, it was an opportunity. Man, this guy's tough, and we got to find a way to get him on the field. So I think he appreciated that. And in Marquise's situation, he did whatever he could do to help the team. So I'm happy that both of those guys are achieving success now.
What could Mike Campbell do for you this year? He said he hasn't really had a chance to redshirt, but he's probably, physically, he's probably one of the biggest and most skilled receivers, and he's really got a chance now with those being on to catch a lot of balls.
He can do a lot, and he's got to do a lot. He's got to come through for us at wideout, and he's got to have fun. You know, he's got to enjoy it. He's prepared really hard. He's in great condition. I know a lot of the kids in the summer said he had as good a summer as anybody, and now he's got to go out and have fun and know that he's prepared and have confidence in himself. And he's had a good camp, and so it's going to be a great challenge for him going against those corners on Thursday night, and hopefully he'll respond and just relax and just go play. He's one of those guys. He's just got to go out and free it up and play.
What's Derek Dennis's status right now?
He's out for this game, and then we'll make a determination after this game where he's at. But we're expecting him to be back, you know, during the bye week or after the bye week. But he can't. He hasn't practiced. He's not even close to playing this week.
Coach, are the concerns going into any first game of the season any more different from any other game you played?
Yeah, there's a lot of concerns. The first game is always that way. I felt that way against Army last year because you're chasing ghosts. You don't know. We had no idea what Army was going to do last year at all. I mean, we had no idea what we were going to expect in the first game. We suspected there was going to be some type of option, but if I told you how many options we practiced compared to what we saw in the game, we practiced them. And the same thing is true in Villanova in this game. And if you listen to their players, they're saying, yeah, we have nothing to lose in this game. And I'm sure that coaches, you know, that usually is a reflection of the coach. That's probably coming from the coach. So we're probably going to see it all on offense, defense, and special teams. So not only is it a first game, it gives you the trouble that you always have in first games, but in this case, it's an opportunity for them to not only have us practice what they did last year, but give us a multitude of things that we haven't seen. So that makes it a little bit more difficult, the extra preparation time.
Can you talk a little bit about this, Matt Brown?
Matt Brown is a competitor.